has just hit the theatres, and in today's video we're going to discuss it. Was it good? Was it not? Let's find out and let's dive into it. So Us is directed by Jordan Peele. Now Jordan Peele did the fantastic movie Get Out that no one knew that was going to be that good. Now he comes out with his second one, and it is called Us, which is basically, the premise of it is, you've got a family and they go back to the beach and basically meet doppelgangers of themselves who are basically trying to murder them to take their place in a way, is what I kind of got from it. So, first off, the performances by the actors in this movie are absolutely brilliant. I mean, they are so good in this movie. It is stupid, absolutely stupid how good the acting in this movie is. If you love to see actors at their full potential, this is a movie worth checking out if you're into acting and you want to learn how to do that. This is a movie and you just watch them. It is a fantastic performances by them. To play two different types of their character is hard enough to do on its own, but let alone this stupid good is just unbelievable. So the performances absolutely knocked it out of the park. Now, the first two acts out of the three, so the first the two-thirds of the movie, the first two-thirds are absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Like, I'm watching this movie and somehow Jordan Peele has got you being in suspense and thinking, oh crap, something bad's going to happen, when it's just a normal scene. And that is fantastic by the director on his behalf to do that, to get me wrapped into it that much that I'm sitting there in suspense, waiting for something to happen, knowing that, oh no, this isn't good, this isn't going to turn out good. It is fantastic. Throughout that first two-thirds of the movie is just unbelievable. And I tell you what, wow, Jordan Peele is really putting himself up there as a director when it comes to this stuff. He just knew what he was doing in those thirds. Now, however, the third act, to me, the third act did fall off a bit. It sort of didn't make sense what was happening. I'm kind of sitting there like, it's dragging out a bit towards the end here, and I'm kind of sitting there at the end like, well, that didn't really make sense. Like, how... Okay. Well, yep, okay, so I guess that happened. And basically, yeah, it didn't make sense to me yet towards the end. So I think Jordan didn't stick the landing on this one. And, I mean, it's a shame because the first two acts are brilliant, but the third just falls short for me. Now, it's just, now what Jordan Peele, got wrong in this movie, sort of, is there was the humour mixed in with the horror and that. I mean, you can do it, but I think sometimes it did take you out of the movies here and there. You sort of thought you were watching a comedy at first, and then it just flipped on its head again. So I thought, yeah, he had a bit of that, bit too much maybe in it to, really tip it off and give you that draw out of the movie, which, I mean, it's alright, you can mix it up, you can have the humour and the horror in it as well, but I just think some of it did take you out of the movie, and that's just my opinion, mate. For other people, they may find that actually not pulling them out of the movies. So, overall, this movie, it's not a bad movie, by any means. It's not a bad movie. It's a good movie, good solid movie. I just think the landing they didn't stick that. The performances were stupidly good. I mean, I've got to give it a thumbs up. I mean, I would recommend go see it. If you're a horror fan, go see it. I think this film's going to be a bit like, people are going to either love it or hate it. I mean, I'm sort of in the middle where I'm kind of like, I do like the first two acts, but the final act kind of did, hurt me a bit, because that's the last. So you always got to try and basically land the landing, because that's the last thing we remember as we walk out of the theatre. So you really got to put that in and make people walk out there going, wow, that was amazing. The same problem that Glass had, they didn't quite stick the landing, and people come out of there thinking that was basically having that in their final thoughts was that last scene. So basically, this has got the same problem. But, I mean, I would recommend go see it. For me, I've got to give it probably a B-. It is a solid movie, just that landing and the final act just kind of didn't make sense to me, and it just didn't stick. So, but otherwise, go check it out if you're a horror fan. I mean, it's a good movie. The first two acts you'll enjoy. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have yourselves a lovely day.